What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorist, and today, listen, forget the Marvel trailers, forget the international trailers, forget DC. I am at heart a Saw franchise lover. Ever since I watched the first one, I got hooked. So now that so many years has passed and we're finally arrived at Saw X, I'm super giddy. So, but before I get into talking about any of that and all my love for the Saw franchise, as always, if you want to support the channel, and we do appreciate it, if you could hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. What is your experience with the Saw franchise? Do you love it, hate it? Are you excited to see the new one? Saw X, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about a few key things here. So, I read a few synopses online. It seems like this movie is going to take place between Saw 1 and Saw 2. Now, the trailer, I'm sure, will reveal if that fact is fact or fiction. But if so, it makes me very, very happy because I love the, calling a space bait. I'm a Saw franchise lover. I can say this confidently that the first 4 to 5, amazing. And then they started to taper off. And of course, we got our Saw 3D, Jigsaw, Spiral. Ones that kind of missed the mark. But if this one actually, and John Kramer died in the third one, okay? It made it difficult to have such an iconic character, Jigsaw, played by Tobin Bell, to return to the franchise and you still care, I guess, about the character enough to be invested. But if this movie takes place between 1 and 2, then that means that this is when he technically was still alive, and we're not getting flashbacks, we're not getting prequel type thing like before Saw 1. We're getting basically some behind the curtain scenes of what actually took place from point A to point B, how he got so sick and how he was dealing with it mentally. From what I read, it seems like he's trying to get a procedure to get rid of his cancer or tumor. And he travels to Mexico, and it looks like the people try to fuck him over, but I got a feeling he's going to get the last laugh. And while we know he's not going to die in this film, it is going to connect the dots. I mean, Amanda Young is returning. Shani, she's back. So we're going to see some reoccurring characters, but I think we're going to lose all the wash of the, the taper end of the Saw franchise that is not as memorable as the beginning. The only negative, I guess, we know about this is that it is being directed by the same director who did Jigsaw and Saw 3D. I think those were the two. So that makes me a little skeptical. James Wan still hasn't returned, unfortunately, and Lee Wannell, they really put the touches on the beginning of the franchise, and I do believe it's at its core where it was its best. But I don't want to wait any longer, so let's get into the reaction and then discussion of the trailer for Saw X right now. Let's get it.
Out of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
There he is. Guys, I can't
Cancer
express.
is still spreading. I'm
How
afraid there's
exciting.
nothing else we can do. There is one person who might be able to help.
Our program is a two-pronged treatment outside Mexico City.
I got
The results have been
goosebumps.
stunning.
She saved my life.
Okay, so I was right with the synopsis I did read, so it wasn't a spoiler.
very good hands
fake
with
leak.
us.
So.
After that, what happens then?
Your whole life happens then. John Kramer.
According to these scans, the tumor was never removed.
Tumor, not
How
cancer.
much time do I have?
Months, at best.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yes, you do. I can't wait for Hello That hit me with the instrumental. Come on. It's my favorite part of every movie. Oh, he's getting revenge on all the doctors and shit.
Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game.
Yes, it is. Let's go.
You all pretended to cure me, but what I have planned for each of you
They
is
fuck with the
very
wrong dude.
real.
Bro, the hair, the little I have just stood up on the back of my neck.
No light, no sound.
The only
What
thing I have
fucked up
not
traps are they
provided
coming with?
is your anesthetic. But trust me, you will
Billy's
want
back.
to remain alert.
Wow.
Out of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
Please, don't hesitate.
Place a big enough piece of your cerebral tissue into the glass enzyme tank. This will save your life.
So sleep, silent
This is not retribution. It's a reawakening.
Oh man, I cannot wait for
Live or
this.
die. The choice is yours.
Oh! Let's go. Yes, yes, more yes. Give me all that and then some. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason. There's a reason why I have the costume, okay? There's a reason why I have this fucking costume because as a movie buff, as you can see, there are all the Saw movies right there from start to finish. I got them all. Something about this franchise, man. If Peter was here, he'd be laughing at me. If it doubles back, the way they double back on themselves, they're always keeping you guessing throughout the whole fucking movie, man. And then at the end, you get the big twist. And honestly, this franchise probably, in my opinion, has the best twist that you actually doesn't seem coming, because you're lying to yourself if you've ever watched Saw 1 for the first time and you thought Buddy was going to get up off the floor and be John Kramer. Don't lie to me. And then it's always the way that like every game can be won. We know that as the franchise went on, Mark Hoffman, sorry if I know it's one of them, who took over the role of Jigsaw, the detective. He eventually went down a dark path and created games where you could not win, which was never John Kramer Jigsaw's purpose. It was always you prove your worth and you will appreciate your life moving forward. This one, as they said in the trailer, it is more personal of a game this time. So I'm wondering if this will be an instant where we do see some light where John Kramer does create traps where they cannot win. But I don't see it happen. John Kramer, as sadistic and as he was, he always had that underlying motive that people deserve to live if they have the will to live and make the sacrifices needed to be made. And that, again, was the tone of the early Jigsaw movies that I just find made me fall in love with the franchise. A lot of naysayers out there is going to say, man, it's Saw 10, what the F are we doing? Give it up, it's run its course. Well, that can be said about a lot of movies, especially like Fast and the Furious now is Fast and the Furious X, or Fast X. But you know what? If for those true fans like myself of those franchises, like this franchise, I will take Saw 15, Saw 20, I don't give a shit. Tobin Bell is back, and that is something that I hope, if this is a success at the box office, and I know right now we're in a little turmoil right now with the film industry, but if this can become another success at the box office, it makes me very hopeful that the Saw franchise will continue. I don't want a reboot. I just want this to continue, his legacy to continue. And if I'm just one person that can help you guys continue the legacy of the Saw franchise and make you go out to the theater and see it, then my job here is done. That was amazing. My God, I'm going to rewatch it as soon as I cut off this video. So without further ado, as always, if you want to support the channel, and we do appreciate it, if you could hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. What are we going to see in this thing? Because the traps are going to be turned up to another level, and you know I'm telling the truth. And with that, I am the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists, and like we always say around here, keep it real.